Joyous creation beyond physical description awaits you. That's Abraham's thought as channeled by Esther Hicks for week 2 of our Spirit Expressing program. We get what we ask for. That's the simplistic overview of ask and it is given. Our thoughts and our words hold great power. You are who you are today because of your thoughts, because of your feelings, because of your words. How can you think about lack and expect to live in abundance? You can't think about illness and live in good health. Yet misery surely does love company, doesn't it? Commiserating about lack and bills, commiserating about illness, seems to be the talk du jour many days. And so many people take up so much of their time every day. Is it any wonder that we need a new thought? And that new thought is you. That new thought is you. You have source within you. God is in you. God is all around you, all the time, every day. Abundance flows freely into our life. If you think about aging, you think about those little wrinkles showing up. You start walling around in your oldness, thinking about what you can't do anymore. If those are your predominant thoughts every day, are you going to appear youthful and vibrant? No. Are you going to have those good hair days and that smooth skin? I think not. Well, maybe with a little Botox. So what are you asking for in life? Ask and it is given. Ask and it is given. Are you clear on your ask? Getting clear about your ask is the true secret to manifesting your destiny. In James 4:2, we read, "You have not because you ask not." Speak clearly and confidently about what you want. Don't be timid and hesitant. You know, when I was in the 6th grade, I was in one of those programs where I was taking college classes, and it wasn't, not college, but high school classes, and it wasn't quite high school. And I was in an algebra class. And my teacher told my mom, she's never going to be successful because she's way too timid. So my mama had to talk with me. And then Marine Corps boot camp just pushed that right on out of me. So don't be hesitant and don't be timid. Live in confidence, not fear. Speak about that promotion you want. Speak about that relationship you want to have in your life. Speak about that miracle that you want to happen in your life, because God can and will bring it to you. It will come to you by divine connections. So the title of this talk is, How Can I Get There From Here? How can I get there from here? That's what I'm talking about today. So ask that out loud with me. How can I get there from here? You ask through your intention, through your desire, through your dream. Be mindful where you put your attention. Be mindful where you put your intention. You have a dream. You have a purpose. Source, God, put it in your heart. You had a divine spark of inspiration down there in your sacral chakra. An orange starburst went off, and the energy of that idea flowed through you. You started getting excited. A passion was born. Strength, desire, vitality, passion, creativity, and that inspired thought. That's what's yours to do. That's what is for you. And maybe, just maybe, it's so big a dream that you think, I can never do this alone. I'm not even sure if I can do it if I have a lot of help. But if God brought it to you, know that it is yours. Don't doubt it. Don't cancel it out. Don't cancel it out with limited vision. Don't negate it with negative thought. Because limitless opportunities and endless possibilities and divine connection are yours. Yours and present for you to accomplish your dream. Don't let that old negative self-talk, don't let negative thoughts, don't let others talk you out of it. God gave you that dream. God didn't give it to them. Don't let them try to tell you it's too big for you or talk you out of it. Because they don't see and they don't hear what God has for you, what God shares with you. God knows your unique and individual talents, and only you can accomplish your dream. God knows your talents because God created those talents and gave them to you. He gave them to you for a purpose, and He gave them to you for a dream. God gives each and every one of us with individual and unique talents. We've got Dr. Debbie, who's sitting there, one of the most brilliant scientific minds I've ever known. We've got Wanda Nero Butler over here, one of the most gifted performers and singers I have ever had the privilege to listen to. We are so blessed. And God gave those unique and individual talents to each of us. And then He creates divine connections along our way, puts them in our path so we almost trip over them to help us achieve our dream. For me, that was an athletic ability. And yet, I lived way back in the Appalachian Mountains. So far back, you had to drive over one mountain and then through a little windy dirt road to get to where we lived. Totally separate from the modern world. So I jumped up and I tagged tree limbs. That was my thing. Everybody, all my brothers and sisters knew it. Yeah, I'm going to jump up and touch that tree limb. It was my own little competition with myself. I'd jump up and tag the beams up in the barn. I'd climb up in the barn and sit and listen to my dad and the helpers when they were putting up tobacco. If any of you know what putting up tobacco is. I jumped and spent the day swinging on grapevines with my big brother Steve. I jumped on rocks, climbed trees, jumped over streams every day. And yet was never exposed to organized sports until we moved to town. We moved to town and I was in the 9th grade and a gym teacher discovered me. And God conspired to place those perfect divine connections, gym teachers and coaches in my path to guide me. We have one of the greatest coaches in NCAA volleyball sitting in here today, Michel Pascal, sitting right over there. She coaches the women's volleyball program at Eckerd College. You know, I was meant to take those talents and use those connections that were placed in my path and thrive. And I did. Are you using your God-given talents? Are you allowing your talents to let you rise to the top? Are you watching for signs, those divine connections? And are you following them? You may say, I don't know how to do that, Reverend Kimberley. Or you might say, I'm just not sure. Is that a sign or is that something I'm making up in my head? But you know, God knows. And God will put it in your heart. You'll know when it's a sign. And if you don't get it the first time, He'll bring it to you again. And He'll bring it to you again till finally He hits you over the head with a 2x4. You know, He's going to put it in there. You know, Reverend Carolyn Ballinger wrote a poem. She sat on that poem for a while. Then she had it composed into a song, and it was recorded with our Youth Expressing Spirit by two of the greatest New Thought singers, John Stringer and Karen Drucker. How wonderful is that? Because she allowed and watched for those divine connections. And when those divine connections came for her, she said, okay, I hear you. I got you. God does know. God caused that starburst of orange to go off to spark that idea, to spark your dream. And God will open doors. And I'm going to tell you, when God opens doors, nobody can shut them. They stay open. And God will put in your path those divine connections to assist you, to help you. And it's your sacred duty to watch. Watch for those signs. Follow them. Your dream may be big, and I hope it is ginormous. Because you know what? I know our God is. The one presence and the one power is a mighty God, the source of all that is. Our God is big. In Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, there are scriptures in all of those books that show us all things are possible. Amen. And all things are possible. And God didn't just give one person that message to tell us. He gave it to all of them and said, tell them this. Tell them this. All things are possible, so that we would hear it. You know, once when I had my business and I was starting to do billboard marketing, the billboard sales guy said, people have to see your ad 5 times before they even recognize that they saw it once. They got to see it 5 times before they recognize it. So God knew that. God knew that we were that dense. You know, God said, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to have Matthew tell you, I'm going to have Mark tell you, I'm going to have Luke tell you, and I'm going to have John tell you that all things are possible. And they are. God knew your purpose and your dream long before that starburst of orange went off and you took notice of it. Source and the universe have been conspiring all your life to bring you all you need. Every experience, every divine connection in your life has placed you where you are, made you the person you are, right here and right now in this present moment. You are in the perfect place right now to begin, sitting here in this sacred geometry sanctuary, filled with orange. Everywhere I look, I see orange. It's almost like being at a Tennessee Vols game. I see all that orange. Poised, yeah. And you are poised for greatness, poised to realize your dream. Let's activate your energy so you can claim your dream. God spoke it to you. Now listen. It becomes so important what you say. What you speak out is what you are bringing into your life. That's what Esther Hicks and Abraham are trying to teach us. What we speak out is what we bring into our life. So don't you be speaking the negative. What's your self-talk like? Do you get up in the mirror and say, oh, look at you, how gorgeous you are this morning. What a beautiful hair day you are having. Let me brush those teeth, look how white they are. Are you looking and you look at your face and you see every flaw that might exist, and you say, well, I wish I had Reverend Richard up here to twirl my hair a little bit. But, yeah. So what are you bringing to you? What are you manifesting into your reality? Do you think about that, or do you let yourself push that autopilot button? Do you go around on cruise control or autopilot and let your life happen by default? Make your self-talk intentional. Manifest and co-create your life intentionally with God. Exercise dominion over your thoughts. Exercise dominion over your words. Exercise dominion over your self-talk. And exercise dominion over your actions. Co-creating your life into the reality and dream you want to manifest in your life. So what does God say about all that? I told you, He told us all things are possible, and He said it to us every which way. Also in both the Old Testament and the New Testament, in the book of Malachi in the Hebrew Bible, God says over and over, verse after verse, whatsoever we touch will succeed. Whatsoever we touch will succeed. God said it. And he said it not once, but he said it multiple times. Put that in Google, and you will see a whole big list of Bible verses that say that. Whatever we touch will succeed. Whatever we touch will succeed. Believing is not enough. You've got to claim it. You've got to proclaim it. And you have got to declare it. You've got to declare it. As I said before, speak about that promotion you want. Speak about that miracle you want to manifest into your life. Because God can and will bring it to you. It will come to you by divine connection. The scripture says in Psalms, light will come bursting in. Let me tell you, last week Reverend Temple was on fire. She's always on fire. And she inspires me as my mentor and my teacher. She said, you need to come in like a bright fireball. And I'm telling you, today I'm coming in like a fireball of orange starburst. Yes, I am. And I'm telling you to claim your abundance. Claim your success. Claim victory. Claim blessing. Claim healing. Like Myrtle Fillmore. What a great teacher we had. Claim healing is yours in your life, and know healing is yours. Claim it and know it. You will be healthy and whole because well-being is the basis of the universe. It's the natural law. We are meant to be happy. We are meant to be healthy. If we just allow divine energy to flow through us without restriction, we all become that fireball of orange in our life. Myrtle Fillmore was our best teacher. And I use her quote almost every day. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. If God spoke it to you, whatever God spoke to you, because He speaks to each of us differently and individually, it's walking the red road in the Native American world. No matter how impossible or how improbable it seems, I tell you, it is yours. Claim it, speak it, be it, and wear your orange. Everybody think you're a Tennessee fan, but that's okay. That's okay. Because sometimes them Florida fans wear orange too, unless they're playing Tennessee. If they're playing Tennessee, they all be in blue. And as Reverend Maria spoke earlier today, you are a vibrational being. We are all vibrational beings. And everything you experience is vibrational. Get yourself in the right vibration. Resonate at your correct frequency. It's like tuning the radio dial. You know, you listen to that static and then, oh, there it is. Okay, tune it right in there. Searching through those frequencies until you find your match. Tune yourself into your orange. Tune yourself to the frequency that God has put there for you. And that may not be the same frequency as your friend. It may not be the same frequency as your neighbor. They might be over there on WQUT quitting. And you're over here on WING winning. Yeah. So raise your vibration. Raise your vibration and match your correct frequency. Tune up and tune in. Be that vibrational being. In the movie Field of Dreams, a voice whispered, if you build it, He will come. If you build it, He will come. So Ray, he built a baseball field out there in the middle of his cornfield. Everybody thought he had done lost his mind. Yeah, they said, look, he's crazy. He's building a baseball field out there in the cornfield. But when Joe Jackson came, the spirit of Joe Jackson came, he said, is this heaven? And Ray said, no, this is Iowa. Then later in the movie, Ray's father came in a Yankees uniform. And his father said, is this heaven? And Ray answered him again with, no, this is Iowa. And then he asked his dad, because he knew his dad had been gone from him for a long time. He said, is there a heaven? And Ray's dad said, oh yeah. Yeah, that's the place where dreams come true. So Ray looked around his farm, looked at his baseball field in the middle of his cornfield, and he said, maybe this is heaven. So are you creating your heaven? Are you creating your dream? Co-creating your reality with God? What is your personal field of dreams? Are you allowing yourself to live in your heaven on earth? Because that's where it is. God is within us and heaven is right here with us. So let's sit with that for just a moment. I want you to close your eyes. I want you all to take a deep breath in and exhale. Breathe it in. Feel it. Open yourself up to receive it. Your dream. Your field of dreams. Your heaven here on earth. Breathe it in. Now let that breath flow down your spine all the way to your sacral chakra. See it become that starburst of orange right there between your hips and your navel. Starburst of orange. See that orange begin to expand. And as it expands, expand your dream into your entire being. Let it flow into your physical being, your body. Let it flow into your vibrational being. Let it become part of your frequency. Let it resonate at your frequency. Bring it in. Let it spread out to your energy body, which is your aura. Breathe it in. Wrap your arms around it. Embrace it in strength. Embrace it in abundance. Your dream, your field of dreams, your heaven on earth. For you are a child of God and you inherit success. You are created from source energy, always connected to source, a connection that cannot be severed. You can never be separate from source. You can never be separate from God. God is within you. Now I want you to open your eyes. Isn't it a little brighter? Aren't those oranges just a little more orange? Yeah. So now, I'm not saying that you can't get yourself out of alignment with God. Because you can. When you get yourself out of alignment with your source, with that source energy, you become small. And you go off course in creating your dream and your purpose. You'll find yourself wondering, how do I get back to my field? You'll find yourself out of alignment. And then you need to come to see Reverend Aileen. And it's time to pull into that garage or pull into that yoga class and tune up. Get your frequency tuned in. Change the station on that dial. Sit with it a moment and then tune in and tune up. And I want you all to declare with me, I have the ability.
I have the ability.
I have the opportunity. I am connected to source. I am strong. I am energetic. I am blessed. I am vibrant. I am a success. I am a child of God. And I inherit abundance. And that. Okay. I'm going to talk now. And that's how you get there from here. Joyous creation beyond physical description. And your heaven on earth awaits you. Thank you.
Going to the coffee shop per week per family is at least $72 to $85 a week. Therapy is $100 to $250 per week or per appointment. Dinner out is $65 to $110, and that doesn't even include the alcohol. Theater for entertainment, 2 people, $80 to $132, and that does not include the cost of dinner before. First Unity, a place, a beacon, a lighthouse, the heart of this city and the heart of this nation and of this country and of this world, teaching people to awaken and live their empowered and amazing selves. First Unity, that gives you food, spiritual food, that can transform you from the place you are to the place you long to be. First Unity, the teachings and the tools that allow you to let go of addictions and habits and things that are in your way, so you may be free, so you may fly, so you may live boldly and brave and loving right from the core of your heart. What is the value that you place upon such a place?